Hello, welcome to Hope for Flint. I'm your host, Kristen Wolosinovich, and I'm here with actually my neighbor, Kiera Tyler, in the downtown Ferris Wheel Studios. These are new studios to us. What do you think, girl? You like our studios?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
We love them. And we've been our neighbor to you for about almost a year. Wow, time flies. And it's Calm. You're the CEO and founder of Calm, K-A-L-M. And we've got some real exciting news to announce. But first of all, tell me a little bit about your brand, Calm, and what you do.
So Calm is a premium streetwear brand that was founded and is still being operated right here in Flint. And I am the clothing designer for that brand.
You are the it. You are the founder, the CEO. You design the brand. How long have you been in business?
I've been in business for 2 years now.
2 years?
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite some time. Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
26.
You're a baby. I knew that. That's why I knew it was okay to ask how old you were. So what motivated you to start your own clothing line, especially at 24 years old?
So nothing really motivated me to do it. It was just kind of like a crazy turn of events.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I moved back to Flint after college and just needed a way to make some quick money. I couldn't find a job in my field. And I started making like these big custom shoe boxes. So it's like a life-size shoebox made out of wood.
Okay.
And I was selling those.
What was the purpose of those? For shoes or?
Shoe storage. So you have a shoe box that you open up for your shoes, but this box is blown up like 10 times. So it's huge. And when you open it up, it actually is a storage box.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Okay, so storage box.
Yep.
And where did you go to school?
In Cleveland, Ohio.
And was it in design or?
No, so I have a bachelor's degree in political science and a minor in criminal justice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you want law enforcement or no?
Yeah, I wanted to be an FBI special agent.
Oh my God. I don't know if I can sit next to you anymore. Are you reading me right now? I've got chills. So, my goodness, what a turn of, you are absolutely correct. What a turn of
Huge
events.
turn of events, yeah.
So, you go to making the shoe boxes, and then how does that then transition to clothes?
So the shoe boxes went viral on my social media page, and I inboxed Deion Sanders. Are you familiar with him, the football player?
Girl.
Yeah, so I inboxed his son and asked to gift him a box for promotion.
Did you know the son, or
Nah,
you
I
just
knew that
was
he
like
was
a fan?
Yeah, I was just a fan.
Well, you know what,
a
too?
fan of
'Cause
his family.
Yeah, they had a show out, right? So you probably were familiar with the show. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you just reached out to his son who responded, it sounds like.
His son responded and actually told me that he wanted to invest.
Wow.
Yeah, so he had his dad, like Deion Sanders, call me on three-way one night. And so
Were you like, oh my gosh?
I was freaking out. I'm thinking like, this is my big break. I was like in the bathroom talking to them.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was staying with my mom at the time and I just needed
You needed your office.
Yeah, a quiet place to talk
Excuse
to them.
me.
So I was in the bathroom talking to them, and Deion Sanders Sr., he actually shut the whole thing down. Like the conversation went complete opposite of what I thought it was going to go. And he's like, oh no, there's no longevity in this. This isn't something we would invest in. And he basically told me like, make as much money as you can because pretty soon, like no one's going to care about this anymore.
Okay.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, so real quickly though, did that just like deflate your whole like ambition in doing it, or did you see it as more realistic and kind of sound advice?
I saw it as sound advice.
Okay.
Yeah. I was really grateful for him to take the time out to have that conversation with me, that I wasn't really worried about the fact that he just shot my idea down.
You know what? That's kind of crazy because you look at Pitch Club or you look at, Shark Tank, and then Pitch Club that you now kind of have traveling around, and people come in and they come in with their ideas, and I kind of compare it to like American Idol, right? Like if they don't win, you still don't want them to stop their dreams.
Right.
And they say that on Shark Tank too. Okay, well, just because you didn't do this doesn't mean I'm still moving forward. But for you, it sounds like the narrative was a little different. You were like, you know what, thanks so much for the advice. And you kind of took it. So did you kind of shift gears at that time?
Yeah, so he suggested...
Okay.
Yeah, he gave me another suggestion. He suggested that if I was into shoe accessories, I should look into doing like these really big luxury duffel bags with like dividers in them that allows you to travel with your shoes separate from your clothes.
Oh,
so it's a traveling
smart.
bag just for your shoes.
Okay.
So he's like, yeah, do those and then reintroduce the boxes and you'll have a shoe accessory company type of thing. So I took his advice. That following day, I've never made another one of those shoe boxes. So I stopped those like immediately and I started sourcing manufacturers to make the bags that he suggested. And I ran into a clothing manufacturer that did same, both. They did bags and they did everything.
Okay.
In the textile industry. So I had a birthday coming up and I just saw that they did jackets. So I asked them if they could make me like a custom jacket for my birthday. And they're like, yeah, well, sure. And they sent me over all the requirements that they needed to make that jacket. And I got the requirements back to them. And that's when I learned like what it took to manufacture a garment.
So it was really kind of self-taught, a lot of it.
Yeah, it was a lot of everything was self-taught. And when I got that jacket back, just something just clicked. I really enjoyed the process and I decided to start a clothing line.
Because prior to that, it's not like you had this design,
No, I never even
design
saw
background.
it as an option. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it kind of was just something serendipitous that came to you.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that journey a lot.
Thank you.
So how long did that take though?
Okay, so
So from the time you brought the boxes to when you talked to Dion, that was...
I didn't release my first item from Com until October 15th of 2016.
Okay, so just 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then prior to that, you had done the shoe boxes just for a little bit.
Just for a few months.
And then did you even make one bag or no?
Never made a bag.
Never made a bag.
No.
It went right to the jacket.
Yeah, so I asked them, I told them that I wanted to manufacture bags.
Yeah.
But I'm like, can you just get the jacket to me first?
Yeah, because it's my birthday.
Yeah, and
I want to wear it out.
Once that jacket came, I didn't care about the bags
Then that
anymore.
all of a sudden I see this light bulb,
Yeah.
like I can see it. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay, here's something. So then you get your jacket and then all of a sudden you're like, all right, I'm going to start doing this. Like
Yeah.
you had this kind of internal entrepreneurial.
Yeah, that's how you say
I
it.
am one.
Yeah.
So I think I know how to say it. It's just early. You just have that spirit. Did you know you had it?
I've always had it.
Okay.
I've always had it. I just
Didn't know how to tap into it.
I wasn't putting it towards the right things. So
Well-
once it meshed well with my passion, it just started to take off really quick.
So you grew up in Flint. Where'd you go to high school?
I moved out of Flint.
Okay.
Before I went to high school. So I did
Oh.
elementary in Flint and then I did 7th and 8th and my mom moved us to Ohio.
Cleveland?
Yep.
Okay. Go Browns.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. My children's father was a Browns fan for years. I don't know why, but it's funny.
Yeah.
But, okay, so you grew up in Cleveland, and then...
I moved to Cleveland. I grew up in Flint.
Okay, I'm sorry. I knew that. So, real quickly, law enforcement, going into that, did you just kind of feel like, okay, this is, where you were passionate about it? You had to be. You kind of feel like someone who wouldn't do something unless there was some sort of love behind it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we're raised a certain way. I'll give you an example. Same thing, like here, especially growing up in Flint, automotive, finished my undergrad, was recruited to Chrysler for 8 years, my last 3 in marketing communications. And I left. I got my MBA and I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm going to go spread my wings. And my family was like, are you crazy? That's your pension. That's your automotive is life. So that's kind of what I'm thinking with you. You have this kind of entrepreneurial spirit, but there's our parents or our grandparents or the subconscious tells us, nope, this is a way we got to live to earn a good living and retire.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's the kind of the way you went. Okay. So fast forward to the jacket. You get your jacket and it didn't have the Calm logo on it, right?
No, so the name wasn't Calm at the time.
What was it?
It was Fly by Air.
Fly by Air.
So
And that
all my
was something.
samples say that, yeah.
Yeah, Fly by Air. You just enjoyed that. Okay, keep walking me through the journey, girl.
So I get the jacket back, and for the next 2 years or so, I was working. I had several different jobs, and I was getting samples from different manufacturers.
Where were you living?
In Flint. I was still
So
in
you're
Flint.
back in Flint.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you come back here? Did family move back? Anyone come back after finishing school in Ohio?
Yeah, my whole entire family is from here. So there was
they
no
were
point
here.
in me being in Cleveland. I was just there by myself. I had a bunch of friends there, yeah, because I was in and out of there a lot. But family was back here.
Okay, smart. Okay, keep going. Fly by air.
So yeah, for the following 2 years, I was working regular jobs and I was paying for samples. So samples are really expensive. It's when you're getting one thing made, it can be extremely expensive.
If you're not buying it in bulk.
Yeah, exactly. So I would have to wait until I got paid to get another sample. So that's why it took almost 2 years for me to find like the perfect manufacturer. So I went through about 25 different manufacturers before I found like the perfect sample.
Partner and collaboration.
Yep, exactly. And then I released the first item in October of 2016.
And was it calm at this time?
It was calm at this time. So it became calm 6 months before I released that first item.
Okay, talk about that.
So the initial name was Fly by Air, and one of my best friends from college, he always hated the name. So whenever I would talk to him about like the clothing line, he would just tell me that I needed to change the name. So before the first item went into production, like he was just really adamant, like you have to change the name, you have to change the name. So eventually I'm like, just give me a name, and he suggested Calm, and I changed it from a C to a K because of my name, Pierre.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that's how we got it.
During that whole time too, were you still talking to the Sanders family, or had that?
I have never spoken to him after that conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, but just yesterday, I just learned that he learned about where his advice got me, and he actually wrote me a nice message.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That makes me cry.
Night. Yeah.
Isn't that so cool to circle back?
It is.
That's really special. Okay. So now you start producing kind of in mass production.
Yep.
Right? How do you start marketing? Social media kind of by yourself, right? And because you ship them out. That's kind of the bread and butter. You do have some pop-up and some retail stores, and you are housed in the Ferris wheel. But in the beginning, were you just straight online shipping them out?
No. So even still till this day, like 95% of my sales are door to door.
Really?
Yeah.
And then are they word of mouth in terms of marketing in the initial stages?
It is social media. So
Yes,
I leverage
yes.
my Instagram a lot. I have 20.8K followers.
Okay.
On Instagram. And what I'll do is if I'm going to a different state, I'll just post and let my followers know I'll be in that state. And if
For
they
like
want
pop-ups?
it, if they want it, no, not necessarily a pop, like a mobile pop-up kind of.
Okay.
And I'll
You're
let
traveling.
them know, if they want anything, let me know, and I'll go to that state and I'll deliver it.
And one thing that's really smart about you too is also you'll have massive influencers as well as celebrities wear your clothes. And that's been really smart.
Yeah.
It's been helpful.
Yeah, it has.
Okay. So get me to the Ferris wheel.
So, so I'm running Calm out of my apartment and out of my car.
How long?
For a year.
A year.
Yeah, I want to say a year.
Straight up grinding and hustling.
Yep, for
right?
about a year. And then Dej Loaf, you know who that is, the rapper from Detroit?
No. Yes.
Yeah, you do?
What's his name?
Her.
What's her name?
Dej Loaf.
Spell it.
DEJLOAF.
Well, I don't know her, but I'm going to become a fan. So, okay.
She's amazing. She's
Okay.
amazing. But
I can't wait. I want to meet her.
She wore Calm, and then Tiana Taylor wore it in one of her movies, and I just figured it was time to trademark it at that point.
Yeah, smart.
So I started Googling trademark attorneys, and I came across Mike Reisig.
You're just so amazing doing all this research on your own. I'd be like, hey, Zach, to my producer, can you look this up?
Nah, I didn't have a Zach.
You didn't? Well, guess what? You don't want a Zach, because you know what he would do? I mean, I love you. Don't take this the wrong way. But he would probably go, okay, I put a list of 37 names on your desk, and, I don't know which one you want. You look. I could do that. But I love the research that you've done.
Yeah,
so you would, just make your calls and do the outreach, and then was it just kind of based on the connection you got with a person, or how did you kind of make some determining factors? And some probably told you no. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the process.
No, so actually, no. So when you, the process of calling an attorney, you can't kind of just call them right up and they pick up the phone. So most of the time before I came across Mike, I was just getting cold, stale calls from their assistants and stuff. No one was responding, but I called Mike and, I got right into him. So
the path, and I'm kind of visualizing the map of how things have kind of turned out for you. It's not easy, and there was a lot of work behind it.
Yeah.
But it kind of seems like every step really served you well.
Yes.
In terms of who you connected with. Okay.
Yeah.
So he calls you back and he's like, hey, girl, let's do it.
So I told him my story, and he was skeptical at first when he heard it. But luckily
They
for
all
me,
are.
Yeah, luckily for me, I used to work for an attorney's office out off of Miller Road.
So you could
And
kind of speak some
yeah,
of
he was
the
really
legal
good
language.
friends with them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
He was really
That
good
was
friends
good.
with them. So he called them just to verify that I was who I
Legit.
said I was. Yeah. So they helped me out a lot with my relationship with Mike. So Mike didn't know exactly what to do with someone like me. So he called his brother, Chris Reisig, and Chris told him that I should meet the folks down here at the Ferris wheel.
Oh, he connected
And
you
Mike
with these
is
guys.
the one who set up the appointment for me to meet with the people at the Ferris wheel.
But he was able to trademark and get Calm trademarked.
Yes, Calm
He was-
is 100% trademark.
He was able to help you on
Yeah.
that end, but what he foresaw you is having space.
Yeah, he didn't have the resources to help someone like me. I mean, he's a trademark attorney. So when a entrepreneur walks through the door and they need help, you know what I mean? He didn't really know, but
Yeah, but I think he
had the connections.
He knew you needed kind of a launching pad. You needed
Yeah.
somewhere to be. You needed space. And the Ferris wheel is perfect. So you reach out to the Ferris wheel.
So he set the appointment up for me to meet with the Ferris wheel.
Okay.
I came down here and I met with them, and I told them my story, just kind of like what I'm doing with you. And they were completely blown away by
loved it.
what I had accomplished so far. And they told me I needed to be in the building
And how long have you been at the Ferris wheel?
for about a year now.
Okay. And we are neighbors. You're next door neighbors with the studio.
Yeah.
And we see each other. You work late hours. I see you at all hours here. And we've been trying to schedule this. I'm on your waiting list now, but we had to hurry because now we're time sensitive. But, I have a Calm jacket and I watch you, and it's just fascinating because you also, though, have this very beautiful, calm, no pun intended, demeanor. You have this massive work ethic because I see you here at all hours of the day, but you have this really beautiful light and demeanor. So I can see why the people that you've worked with want to work with you. But then I've also witnessed, because I follow you on social media, your success. So for me and our team here for Hope for Flint, we've kind of got to watch the evolution. And it's been really, just so you know, I am kissing up a little bit because I know you're going to be big shot. We already knew this, but I don't say things to say them, is that it's really, really, it's really cool.
Thank you.
It's cool.
Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
So you're here now because we got some big announcements.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, I'm here for a while, just working, pretty much doing what I know how to do. And 100K Ventures, the idea of 100K Ventures, which is a capitalist firm full of
It's a
12 A-list
venture
really
capitalists.
really big people.
And that's located down at in the lobby of the Ferris wheel.
100K Ideas is in the lobby. 100K Ventures is in New York.
Oh, okay. There's two separate entities. Okay, keep going.
So,
God, thank you for telling me that.
You're welcome. So 100K Ventures is brought to my attention, and of course I want to be involved, what I mean, with the people. So fast forward to October of last year, all 12 of them came here to Flint, and I had to pitch Calm to them.
Like on the third floor in a conference room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got 12
No big
yeses.
deal.
No.
How many people in that room?
A lot.
And then you have, hi, I'm Kiara.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to Flint.
They pretty much all said yes, and it was a long process.
My gosh, it was like simultaneous.
Yeah, it was a long process. So from October to March 30th is when it became official.
Okay.
When I signed. And then it was announced a few days ago.
Okay. So you knew in March, so you knew big things were coming, and they just waited and they announced it in July. But there's more. There's other people partnering with you.
Yeah. So some of my partners are Victor Cruz, NFL Super Bowl champion, fashion icon, Draymond Green, NBA champion.
No big deal.
Michael Strahan, Soledad O'Brien.
I have goosebumps.
Phil Hagerman, I feel like I'm leaving. There's a lot of them.
So there's some big names who believe in Kiara Tyler. It's early in the morning. But I will have to say, Zach, I was one of the first believers. And if I had $1 gazillion, I would have invested. But I have to tell you, wow.
Thank you.
Big announcements.
Yes.
So now we kind of have a launch party coming up. So this podcast, we're doing it. This thing is going up fast and furious. And it's, go ahead with the date.
August 9th.
It's August 9th here at the Ferris wheel.
Yep, from 3 to 9.
3 to 9 p.m. And that is to open the doors and invite the public in to meet Kiara, Tyler, and learn about Calm and see the products and introduce you to the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's so cool.
It is.
So it's a free event.
Yep, it's free.
August 9th. And doors open at 3.
Yep.
Food and beverage?
Yep.
That's free food and beverage. And come on in and meet Kiara. Will anyone be here, or is it's going to be you, your team? Is there anyone specific? Or
Victor Cruz will for sure be here.
Victor Cruz will be here. That's excellent. And the Ferris wheel staff is amazing. And the building is amazing. So if you haven't been here, we highly recommend you get in here. Massive, beautiful energy. And here's the thing, and these are conversations you and I have had for over the year, because when we would run into each other in the hallways, I'm like, "What are you going to the city? Are you going to New York? Where are you going?" And you always say, "I'm staying here in Flint."
Yeah.
You're like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm doing this from Flint."
Yeah.
Has that changed?
No. So I've been traveling more often, but I still live here in Flint. I'm still stationed here in Flint. Calm is still operated out of Flint, and I don't see that changing.
I love that. And do you see yourself leaving the Ferris wheel building? Because this may move into like big retail space. Maybe.
I don't see me leaving the building, but
you see yourself expanding.
Yeah. A warehouse. I'll probably need a warehouse really soon.
Okay.
But my office will always be here at the Ferris wheel.
I love that. And then now some of the clothing line, like it's a lot. Tell me a little bit about what the clothing line you have right now, because you have sweatshirts, but you have suits. Tell me what the proper names are. Go ahead real quickly.
Tracksuits, short sets. I don't really name anything like crazy names. It's
it's just kind of standard industry names.
Yeah, sweatsuits,
tank
tops, t-shirts, short sets, tracksuits, bomber suits. I call everything a suit because I love matching sets.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. You sell a lot in sets, which is beautiful.
Thank you.
So it's very cool. And you have to check, where can people get a hold of you and see you? Social media, but you also have a website?
Yes, I do have a website. And on Instagram, it's calm.clothing. So that's KALM.clothing. And the website is attached to the Instagram. But if you don't have an Instagram, it's just calmclothing.online. And if you Google Calm Clothing, everything will come up.
KALM Clothing. And then you can order online.
Yep.
And I shop here because we're neighbors. But people come in here.
Yeah, and they can come in here too.
Yeah, and then you have pop-up shops. Do you you have your mobile pop-up, but do you foresee that kind of still being the big part of the business plan, you traveling with that?
I'll do that until I can't do it anymore.
Okay. And so with all the massive investment, real quickly, what does that mean for you? Is that meaning the warehouse? Is that meaning expanding the brand? Is that meaning expanding the product line?
Right now,
it means
my focus after
sustainability.
After that is sustainability, longevity. I don't want to do too much too fast.
Yeah. You're on a pace.
So I'm gonna pace it out. I'm not gonna do too much, and really expansion. I'm really looking to expand faster than I've been able to. So expanding right now for me is door to door, jumping state, talking to people. Who knows how long it'll take me to really expand. So now that I have these amazing people on my team, I can expand faster.
That's excellent. And you have the formula for success. So it doesn't seem right now you're changing the business model too much in terms of how you product and how you produce and how you go to market. But maybe does this also allow you, because I see you, girl, you are a one-woman show. Does this allow you to perhaps hire some staff to assist you
Yes, I will when it's needed. When I can't do it anymore.
That's right.
On my own.
Well, it's getting, I think I don't want to speak for you because it's all
it's
manageable right now, but I know you are morning, noon, and night. And I see you just consistently working and hustling and grinding. Well, cheers. Here's to hard work.
Is this vodka?
It is vodka. I wish. Mine's coffee. But you know what? To me, a young, strong woman,
thank you.
Doing her thing and never giving up. And even, too, the messaging through social media has always been never give up. Because this hasn't been easy.
No.
I mean, I'm sure there were times you're like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Especially when you're here. I mean, you would be here alone late at night. I mean, it is.
6, 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, working, doing your thing. I ain't mad at you. In fact, quite the antithesis. I'm proud to know you, honored and privileged, and so excited to be next door to you. And I'm so glad this is happening. So once again, Kiara Tyler, Calm Clothing, check them out, Instagram, and August 9th. Get into the Ferris wheel, 3 p.m. We'll be here.
Yep, we'll be here. I'll be here.
I'll be here, and our camera crew will be here, and we will be videotaping and free food. But Calm Clothing will also be available for sale, I'm assuming.
It will. The summer collection will be available.
Summer collection. And then I'll probably be modeling on all the fall runways. You're welcome, America. But do you see this in like some New York City fashion shows, or is that kind of some next steps?
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah, definitely.
I see some shows in the city.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh, hire me. I'll go with you.
All right.
Okay. I'll just be your sidekick. I'm lazy, so I'm not going to do anything. But I'll just like take pictures for you for Instagram. But it's so amazing. Oh my gosh. Kiara Tyler, staying in Flint, doing her thing out of the Flint. You definitely are, my darling. Hope for Flint.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Glad to be here. Glad to be from here.
Thank you.